This is Amy Bucock. She's attempting to describe and evaluate a talent development programme. This is for Talent ID Unit 20. Okay, Amy, what is the talent development scheme you're going to talk about? And just give me a brief introduction for it.
Long-term athlete development. I'm doing it on football. It's a development for athletes to gain their maximum potential in a sport in which they choose. Scientists have said that there are important periods in life to help gain the maximum potential. They also said it can take anything from 8 to 12 years of training for an individual to achieve their elite level. Peak high velocity in a child's development is when they reach their maximum growth rate. The average age for reaching PVH is 12 for girls and 14 for boys, and the peak weight velocity usually follows shortly after the peak high velocity. For the first phase, there's 6 different phases, and the first phase is the fundamental phase, which is for boys aged 6 to 9 and girls aged 5 to 8. The main objective for this is should be the overall development of the athlete's potential and the fundamental movement skills. The main points for this stage is taking part in as many sports as possible, developing speed and power using fun and games, which makes it more interesting for the age groups, and then correct techniques for running, jumping and throwing, and also introducing athletes to simple rules of sport. An example of this would be like after school primary school clubs, getting them involved in sports.
Alright, so why is it important to do the simple skills there then?
So they know before they learn anything more, the basic skills, the simple skills like what they need to know about the sport.
Yeah.
The second phase is learning to train, and this is appropriate for boys aged 9 to 12 and girls 8 to 11. The main objectives of this phase is learning general overall sport skills, continuing developing strength, continue to develop endurance with games, introducing flexibility exercises, and then develop speed with activities during warm-ups.
Alright, so why is it important to learn to train then, rather than just go straight into physical training methods?
So they know what they're doing.
Alright, yeah, so it could be correct technique, yeah. So so if you're 10 years old, what is your body ready for training?
Probably not straight away.
Right, so that's why that bit's important.
Another example of this would be primary school as well, because it's that age.
Yeah.
And then phase 3 is training to train. This is for boys aged 12 to 16 and girls aged 11 to 15. The main objective in this phase is development of the athlete's capacities and movement skills. This would help with the beginning of making a basic football player by improving their main points. In this stage, there are further development to speed, learning correct techniques for the sport, then developing the knowledge of stretching. Yeah, and then the strength for boys begins 12 months after peak high velocity. And an example of this would be secondary school, the first couple of years.
Yeah.
If they want you to join the school team.
But yeah. Right.
And then phase 4 is training to compete in this stage for boys aged 16 to 18 or girls aged 15 to 17. The main objective in this phase is optimising fitness and making it sport specific. This stage would improve the football players' specific skills, making them a better all-round performer during games. The main points for this phase would be 50% of the time is for development of technical and tactical skills, such as improving fitness, and 50% is for competition and specific training. Learning to perform sport skills under competitive conditions, and then optimum preparation for modelling training.
Yep, and what's the final stage and the next stage?
There's 2 more.
Yep.
Phase 5 is training to win, which would be for boys over 18 and girls over 17. Main objective in this would be maximising fitness preparation and sport-specific skills. This would help players realise tactics and what they need to do in certain games, and it could have a massive effect on winning games or losing them. Main points requirements for this stage would be athletes' physical, technical, tactical and mental capacities are now fully established, and training is now maximisation of performance, and athletes now train to peak for competition. Training is high intensity and high volume with breaks to prevent overtraining. And an example of this would be like open age football at like county level. And then phase 6 is like the final stage, which is basically just retirement phase for athletes or for coaching. And the strands would be funding comes in from the governing bodies. Making sports fun will make people want to play more, or each stage being age specific would help people feel more comfortable playing. And then the weaknesses would be travelling to and from different places, cost of travel and equipment you would need, and then coaches might not be as good as others.
Alright, yes, you've gone into a few strengths and areas for improvement there. So what's a positive of doing these kind of fundamental stages in a programme?
Like people's maturity levels are different, and like the growth rate, like some may be more mature or better than other players.
Yeah. So why is it important to take into account people's like peak height velocity and things like that?
Because if you're trying to set like a if you're trying to do like a plan for what they could do, like a training session, some people might find it easier than what others do, and they need to make sure that the training programme, the fitness thing would be like for what everyone could do.
Yeah. Okay. So why is it a good thing that they do like ABCs and fundamental skills early on in their lives, in their sporting careers?
And they know it as soon as possible.
Yeah. So does that mean they can go into other sports, or do they have to stay on in football?
They could go to any different sports, because most of the skills you could go to like football, basketball, cricket, not just one.
Yeah. Good. And then areas for improvement. What are weaknesses of this programme then?
It could be like travelling.
Oh, yeah. So it could be travelling. All right. Could be
Might
travelling.
not be able to get there.
Yeah. All right. What about coaches' understanding of the programme?
They might not be as good as what other coaches are.
All right. So if you were a coach, would you be just doing one part of this, or could you be doing all of it?
Or you could do all of it, but you'd need to make sure that you had the knowledge to be able to teach like 5-year-olds to 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Because you needed to make sure that you did it for like that age group.
Yeah. So could that be a problem then?
It could, because you might set like tasks for people too young. Not too young, it might not be as good. You could make it too easy, or you could make it too hard.
Yeah.
And if they found it too easy or too hard, they might not want to carry on, and they might just give up.
So coaches' knowledge could be a problem. So how could they improve a coach's knowledge? So somebody out of this class could be doing this. How are they going to improve?
By improving the knowledge and learning what's best for the age groups.
Yeah. So how could they do that then? How could you improve your coaching?
Go to coaching lessons.
Right. Yeah. Right. So are they free, or are they?
But then again, the cost would be also a problem, because they might not be able to afford it.
Right.
And then like cost of equipment as well. If you wanted to play at like the county level, you might not be able to afford like a new pair of boots or a kit.
All right.